Hello, this is PHTV4. I'm Sue Jankowski, and today we will meet with Moraine. That's a show we have every single month, and someone comes in from Moraine Valley Community College, located in Palos Hills. I know you know where it is, and probably you may have taken some classes there. But in our program today, we talk about various departments and maybe what you could find out about it. Maybe you're interested, or you have someone in your family interested in finding out more. And today we hope to fill that gap in case you don't know. And we have Mary Petrik here today with us. Thank you for coming in, Mary.
Thank you for inviting us.
So Mary is the program coordinator of the Health Information Technology Programs. And I was just joking with her, that's a really long title. It sounds like encompasses a whole lot, which we're going to find out about. But first of all, we want to talk to Mary a little bit about how she got to Moraine Valley, not in a car, but just how did you end up there?
Great, yes. Actually, I'm a graduate of the Moraine Valley Health Information Technology Program.
Oh, wow.
So I graduated many years ago, stayed associated with the program based on serving as a clinical instructor for them, and I sat on their advisory committee for years, worked in the field for about 18 years, and then Moraine Valley had an opening for a full-time instructor, and I applied and was fortunately hired, and I've been with the program for over 20 years now.
Wow, wow. Okay, so I mean, really somebody who knows all the ins and outs of the health facility because you've been there for quite a while.
Absolutely.
That's great, and it's got to be a very rewarding job then if you've stuck with it. You didn't change careers or anything like that. You really enjoy this.
I do, and I enjoy the students, and it's very interesting to know what it's like to sit on both sides of the desk.
It really is, isn't it?
It is.
And I think it helps you become a better instructor when you realize on the other side of the desk, they might not be hearing the same things that you're, putting out there, and you know that because
Absolutely.
You've been there. That's terrific. Okay, so the Health Information Technology Program. So that's a lot of stuff all put into one, big swoop. So if you could break that down for us a little bit, what is that exactly?
Sure. So the Health Information Technology programs at Moraine are actually 3 separate programs. One of them is an associate degree program, and there are 2 certificates. So depending on which avenue students are interested in, they can step into any one of them or step in at the medical billing certificate and move their way all the way through to the associate's degree. We call that a stackable program.
Right, and with that stackable program, you get the associate's degree, plus you're certified in 2 areas.
Absolutely, they can walk away with both an associate's degree and 2 certificates.
Which is great. So those certificates would be specifically what?
Okay, so medical billing is our 15 credit hour certificate. It encompasses 5 classes, and students in that program kind of dip their toe in the water, see if this is a field for them, and when they leave, if that's all that they choose to do, they leave with a certificate, and they're qualified to do medical billing. They can work for physicians' offices, they can work for large group practices, they can work for billing companies. So that's what they're able to do. The next step, if they choose to do it, is the medical coding certificate. The medical coding certificate is 41 credit hours. And with that one, you're learning to actually be a medical coder. You're learning about reimbursement. You take a lot of coursework that is both medical and technology based. And again, you can step out at that one and be a medical coder. The last one is the associate's degree, and that one encompasses all the others, plus additional information so that someone can certainly be a medical coder, but they can work in research, they can work in data, they can work in registries like a cancer registry, a trauma registry, a birth registry, those sorts of things. So each one is a different step, and students step in and step out as they as it meets their personal needs.
You wonder when you're going through insurance or at your doctor's office and they're asking you a lot of questions, or it just seems so complicated. And so to have all these courses where people learn how to do this, that seems very complex to me, and a lot of memory and the ability to kind of filter through things and make judgment calls on some things.
Absolutely. And dealing with, as you suggested, all the insurance companies is complex, and everybody has different rules, and there's certain guidelines for coding. So yeah, being able to sift through it all is very, very important, both to help patients and to bill properly for the facility so that the facility remains financially viable.
Right. Now, so people who are interested in doing this, they are really behind the scenes. They're not actually with patients or any kind of health care. So I think a lot of times when you think about health information with the word health in it, a lot of people may think, okay, I don't want to do a health thing. But really, it's not so much being involved with patients, it's really just sorting information.
Absolutely, absolutely. Information-based is a big deal, and we don't face-to-face with patients. And you know what? And for some people, that's exactly what they want, is they want to be a part of the healthcare team, but they don't want to be face-to-face or do that patient care. So this is where you're an advocate for the patient. You maintain patient privacy. You we take that very, very seriously because we deal with much confidential information, yet you still feel part of the healthcare team, but it's a bit behind the scenes.
Yes. What kind of person is drawn to this field, would you say?
The type of person is someone who is detail-oriented, someone who wants to make an impact but doesn't want patient care, someone who likes to sift through data, someone who doesn't mind sitting at a computer. It's very, very interesting because when we code records, you see something different every single day. So while you don't see patients, you have all the information at a glance of what happened during this day, and that helps you turn that information into data that makes cases billable.
Okay. With these, with this type of job, I know they're not seeing patients, but you know, when you call an insurance company or your doctor's office and you're asking for information, you're asking why is it this way or how come it's not that way, are you talking to someone in that health information technology?
You could be. It depends on it. If you're talking to someone in the billing department, it could very well be. When people want medical records released, when you're looking for your health information to take to another doctor or whomever for your own personal use, you're speaking to a health information person because that's what we do. We maintain the privacy of the patient, but also give the patient the right to access their own information.
But that privacy is so important to all people who want to know for sure my health information is being guarded by someone who's not going to release this information to the wrong people. So you must have like a lot of coursework on what does it mean to guard people's privacy.
Absolutely. A lot of coursework on ethics and the Health Information Portability Act. It's a cornerstone of what we do. We have very strong codes of ethics that we spend a lot of time with in the classroom because the fact of the matter is we have information about patients that maybe their family and friends don't even know, and that has to be safeguarded, and people, as you suggested, need to feel comfortable that that information is safe in our hands.
Yes, very much so. Okay, so now you talked about getting the certificates and getting the associate's degree. Do those, I know if you get the associate's degree, you would be getting the certificates as well. But do people come in for just the certificate?
Absolutely, and that's fine. You can enter, at the billing level, move to the coding certificate and then to HIT, or you can come in at any one, do that certificate or that degree only, and step away. Absolutely, it's very flexible so that students have that, ability to do it. The only thing that I would say is the two certificate programs are what we call open enrollment. So open enrollment means that you can step in at any time. The associate degree program you do have to apply for and be accepted.
Okay. Is one more valued in that it's maybe easier to get a job because you're a little more qualified, or?
I would say the billing certificate is a little bit more limiting in terms of you're going to be a biller. When you step into the others, you're going to be a coder, and health information management gives you even more. So it really depends on where your interests lie. There is not one better than another. I think it depends on what's a good fit for you.
Okay. And when they come in, do they have to decide that right away?
No, they don't. That's the beauty of the stackable program. You can step in in any place, or you can step in at medical billing and kind of move through to see what you're interested in, or if it's a good fit for you.
Yeah, I mean, that's so important, I think, because you don't know. You think, well, I think this is going to be good, and then you're like, oh, no, maybe it's not as good as I thought.
Absolutely. Is it a fit?
Yeah, right, exactly. Well, that's really great. So with this program, is there a clinical site that they go to get really hands-on experience?
Absolutely. So billing doesn't do billing because it's 5 courses. We don't have a clinical for them. However, coding has a clinical that we call classroom-based. Basically what we're doing is it's a capstone course, and it allows them to finish up all the information in the program, review for a national exam, because there is a national exam that you must pass after coding to become employable. And it also, in that class, they do a clinical where they're coding actual medical records. So they're medical records we've received from area facilities, and they're actually coding them. That is their clinical practicum. With health information technology, they actually step out and do a clinical with facilities, 2 of them actually, one in the first year, one in the second year, each of them approximately 5 weeks in length. So yes, there's a clinical component to coding, and there is a clinical component to health information.
Okay. Would there be like certain programs that they really have to learn that are outside like the normal as far as, getting that information into these programs?
Absolutely. We have proprietary programs, software that we use in the program, and students have access to it during the program. Things like encoders and groupers that help us code electronic health records, because that's a big deal now. So much is not paper-based any longer. So yeah, those are all softwares that we teach in the program.
Well, that would be really important, because even though you might be real savvy on, doing things on a computer or whatever, this is different.
Absolutely.
So they get a lot of practice with doing
much practice,
that.
yes.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so I finish my training and I'm looking for a job. What would a typical job be, or day? What would a typical day be for that kind of work?
Okay, it depends on the program and it depends on the job. They're extremely variable. As a biller, you would be spending time preparing bills to send out to insurance companies or even patients who are paying on their own. As a medical coder, your typical day is spent in front of a computer coding. So you're coding records, be they inpatient, outpatient, physician's office, whatever, whoever your employer is, and you're going to be coding. So you're sitting at the computer for a length of time pouring through that electronic health record. In terms of health information technology, you could be coding, but you could be working a birth registry, you could be working a trauma registry, a cancer registry, you could be also doing data. You know what I mean? So it really depends, because there's a lot of facets, especially in the associate degree program, that you can do, which is really nice. It makes it very flexible for people to find the niche that works for them. So it really depends.
It depends. Okay, so who then would be, are there more hospital facilities, more doctors, or big insurance companies? Like, where do you go to get this job?
Any and all, any and all. So a lot of our students or graduates are employed by hospital facilities, physician offices, billing companies. We have some working for insurance companies. It really depends. It gives you a lot of flexibility to do what you want. Some people, want to stay in the suburbs. Other people want to go into the city. It really depends.
Okay. Well, it sounds like there's a really good job outlook for people. Is that
that's true? That's true. I was looking up, in preparation for this, I was looking up some Bureau of Labor Statistics data, and basically you're looking at their projections for 2022 to 2032 our growth in our programs is going to be much faster than average. And for health information technology, which is the one that they actually do research on, you're looking at a median pay being about $62,000 annually.
Oh, that's a great job, really.
It
wow.
is.
So you're going to be in school, if you're going for a certificate, those are usually how long, 12 weeks?
Well, our semester is 16 weeks, so the coding certificate is 41 credit hours, whereas the billing certificate is 15 credit hours. So in the 15 credit hours, you could complete that in as quickly as 2 months.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There are 2 semesters. I'm sorry, I apologize.
2 semesters. Okay, 2 semesters for that. The 41 hours would be another 4 semesters.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. And getting you might as well get the associate's degree.
The associate's degree, it's interesting because they are stackable. The associate's degree, the coding certificate, which is the one that precedes the HIT, is actually the first year of HIT is the coding certificate. So a lot of people step in at coding, do it, and decide, yes, I do want to move on and step into HIT, and then they have the first year completed already.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a way to think about going. You
Absolutely,
know?
yeah.
Some
But
people
it's
wanna get,
some steps.
Yeah, I mean, some people want to get started. They just want to learn what they need and get going on a job, and that's fine too.
Yes.
Okay, so there's a huge job outlook. And your surroundings are pleasant.
Yeah, very nice.
So you're going into a nice atmosphere, and it sounds like, I mean, with the healthcare industry burgeoning like it is, that would be a good field to be in. They will need you.
Absolutely,
in the future.
absolutely. Yeah, there's some degree of security,
Yeah.
to know that those jobs are going to be there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's great. What about? I know you're part of the faculty too, right?
Absolutely.
And so, who is this a big community? The faculty? Do you have more people?
Yes, so
teaching?
we have 3 full-time faculty. All of them have worked in the field for many, many years. They're all master's prepared, and all of us actually work jobs outside of Moraine to stay current.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
good.
important because healthcare changes a lot. So
It does.
it keeps our hand in it.
Yeah. And as lay people, it's changing, and we're like, "What's this?"
Absolutely.
And that's why we're calling all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's good to have your hand in the field so that you can have those stories to share with your students.
Now, if you are a student, now you graduated, you have a job, is there like an ongoing kind of class, a workshop to learn like new software, new coding methods?
Those that have certificates have or the degree have requirements to continue their education based on the professional association they belong to. So there is a continuing education requirement. Sometimes people come back to Moraine and take coursework for that. Sometimes they go to workshops offered by our state or national association. So really there's a lot of opportunity to do that at various places.
Would you say that some people get through this program and think, okay, this is a step I wanted to take, but now I'm going to go on to, what would they go on to?
They could go on and get a bachelor's degree. And sometimes there is a bachelor's degree in health information. Some people get a bachelor's degree in informatics or something else to kind of tie nicely to this. So yes, there is an opportunity to step into the next level of education if they so choose.
Oh, good. Education is never wasted. Whatever you're learning is going to help you with the next step you want to do. Or maybe you're content with that, and that sounds like a great job. Mary, is there anything else we need to talk about as far as...
I think 2 things. Number one, a lot of people ask me, can I do these jobs remotely? And the answer is probably yes, but it depends on the employer. Some employers bring someone in, train them in a face-to-face format, and then send them home, as we like to say. So the opportunity is there to work remote, but remote work, it has its own challenges. And probably the only other thing that I would say is a lot of people ask me if our programs are online, and our programs are not online. We have courses available online, but the programs are primarily face-to-face.
Okay, so you need to get over to school. But,
Absolutely.
that's a good thing too.
Yeah.
To get out of your home environment and go be with other people. I think it's really important, at least that's my opinion, that you are face-to-face with your faculty member, your teacher, instructor, and that gives you, I don't know, some kind of a connection and, just wanting to be in class with other people who ask questions too, and then you hear that and you kind of triggers something. I think that's really important to be on campus if you can.
I like to be in the classroom. I enjoy that. I enjoy the camaraderie with the students, and you make relationships that you keep. We keep contacts with our graduates. We talk to them all the time. They come back and speak to our current classes for us.
Oh, that's nice.
It's a nice cohesive group.
Yes. Is there a way for, do you have like, I finished school, I know Moraine Valley has job opportunities, like you can go to their job center and find a job.
Absolutely, and then the other thing that we do is we maintain graduation contact lists. So as people contact the faculty, including myself, to say we have a job opening, do you know anybody? We send it out by graduation year. So if someone contacts me and says I'm looking for someone with experience in this 2 to 3 years, I can go back 2 or 3 years to my graduates and send out the job opportunities, and they can apply then. So we kind of just tell them about it and they can run with it if they so choose or not. So it's really nice, and it's a nice way to keep us in contact with our grads.
It's a nice inside track, too.
It is.
Knowing that you've got this base of people who can support you. I bet you can go back and say, hey, I'm looking for a job. And I what do you got? And you
Absolutely.
kind of help steer them to a job.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And it just sounds so great that you have so many places you can work.
Yes.
If you love working in a hospital or just a doctor's office, or there's probably just office buildings with people, doing coding.
Very much.
Yeah. Well, that sounds wonderful. It's a great program, Mary. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you very much for having me.
If someone wants to find out more, they should contact your office.
Absolutely. They can go to the Moraine Valley website, type in health information technology, and that will bring them to a page where any of the programs are listed. So they can click, if you go down towards the bottom of the page, each of the programs are listed, whichever you're interested in, you can click on, and it will give you more information about the program. My contact information is on those pages as well, so if you have questions, you can reach out to me.
And if you wanted to get started in August, get started right now.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Because, this is a great opportunity. It's nearby. Great people, as you know, because you watch our show every month. And you can see that the faculty there is outstanding. So you can really get a leg up on your education over there, and for a very reasonable price. I like to mention that because we were talking about, college tuition and all that at four-year schools, which is kind of out of sight. You get a nice, wherever you decide to do, whether it's health, technology, information, or any other career that you want to take, this is a wonderful way to start.
Absolutely.
I'm right,
Absolutely,
right?
yes. That's the way I started.
That's the way she started, and she's doing great. Well, thanks again, Mary, for coming in.
Thank you.
And we will see you next month on Meet with Moraine. Bye for now.